Hello everyone. Today, we'll dive deep into the nuances of one of the most prominent case laws, Gilford Motors versus Horne. This is a landmark UK company case law that delves deep into the concept of lifting the corporate veil. This case deals with many legal concepts: sham company, corporate veil lifting, restraint clause, and separate legal entity. Too many concepts, isn't it? Are you confused? I know it is, so let me break this down for you. It all started when Mr. Horne was employed as the managing director of Gilford Motors Co.
Congratulations, Mr. Horne. You have been employed as the managing director of Gilford Motors.
Thank you, sir. I'm very honored to be employed as the MD of Gilford Motors Company.
Mr. Horne was so happy that he started partying. But wait. His happiness didn't last long enough. It was because there was a restraint clause in his employment contract. Let's see what it was. Clause 9 of his contract said that the managing director shall not at any time while he shall hold the office of a managing director or afterwards solicit, interfere with, or endeavor to entice away from the company any person, firm, or company who at any time during or at the date of the determination of employment of the managing director were customers of it or in the habit of dealing with the company. But want to know what a restraint clause is? So, according to section 27 of the Indian Contract Act 1872, every agreement by which anyone is restrained from exercising a lawful profession, trade, or business or any kind to that extent void, and that is called a restraint clause. But still Mr. Horne accepted his position and became the MD of Gilford Motor Company. But soon he started to lose interest in the company and decided to leave the position.
Nah, I don't like it here anymore. I'm gonna leave this company.
But guess what happened after that? Mr. Horne got fired.
Mr. Horne, you have been fired due to your unsatisfactory performance.
Yeah, fine. That's alright. You wasted my time.
After Mr. Horne was fired, he set up his own business and undercut Gilford Motor Co.'s prices. He received legal advice on this issue as he feared that he was probably acting in the breach of the contract. The legal advice confirmed that it was a breach of a contract. So, he set up the company under the name J.M. Horne and Company. In this company, his wife and his friend, Mr. Howard, were the only shareholders and directors. Mr. Horne sent out flyers saying that J.M. Horne and Company spares and services for all models of Gilford vehicles. Letting out this flyer led to a legal suit between Gilford Motor Company and J.M. Horne and Company. J.M. Horne and Company had no such agreement with Gilford Motor Co. about not competing. However, Gilford Motor Co. filed a complaint saying that this company was used as a fraud instrument to conceal Mr. Horne's illegitimate actions. However, J.M. Horne and Company argued that Mr. Horne only had a non-competing contract with Gilford Motor Co. and not the company. And they also argued that Mr. Horne and J.M. Horne and Company were two separate legal entities. One of the main characteristics of a company is it being a separate legal entity. Now let's know more about what is a separate legal entity. What we mean by a company is a separate legal entity is that it has an independent identity which is distinct from its owners. It is recognized by law and has its own legal rights and obligations. It is considered a legal person with the ability to sue and to be sued. So, there were two major challenges in this case. The first legal issue was whether Horne's post-employment restraint contract clause was valid, legal, and enforceable. Secondly, whether Horne's establishment of a new company under his wife's name, which was termed as a rival of Gilford Motors, and Gilford Motors' argument was justifiable or not. Now let's discuss. What do you think? Can Mr. Horne enjoy the benefit of the clause that says that a company is a separate legal entity and refrain from the charges of using it as an instrument of fraud? Well, if we look into the judgment part, the court declared an injunction in this case. It said that J.M. Horne was a company that was used by Mr. Horne to hide his illegitimate actions. it was declared a sham. Wanna know what a sham is? Let's check it out. In company law, a sham is a pretense. A sham transaction is a business transaction that is entered into for the sake of avoiding something. It is not what it portrays and is made with an intent to deceive. Next up, let's clarify the injunction order part. A judicial order restraining a person from beginning or continuing an action, threatening or invading the legal right of another, or compelling a person to carry out a certain act is called an injunction order. Next, the concept of corporate veil. The corporate veil concept separates the identity of a company from its members. Hence, the members are shielded from the liabilities arising out of the company's action. But in certain cases, the courts ignore this corporate veil and concern themselves directly with the members or the managers of the company. This is called the piercing of the corporate veil. With this, we come to the end of this case law. So, I hope you understood the case law very well. Stay tuned to our channel, subscribe and follow for more informative law videos. Thank you.